Hi there, this is Pam. Today I'm going to show how to make this box that was inspired by a Slim Jim box. And this is the box that I used to get the pattern from. I took it apart there to get the measurements on it. But this is the box style that I used, and my son always eats these, so I'm always buying these, but I thought it was a nice size box to make a gift box for. Christmas is coming up, so in order though to get this box in one piece, the piece of paper needed to be like 13.5 inches long or something like that. So I made it with two pieces of cardstock because we just can't buy 13-inch lengths. So anyways, it's made in two different pieces, and I put a little clip on here to keep the flap closed. I did not put a circle in it like they did, like their box. You could, and tie a ribbon around it. I don't like boxes closed with ribbons, so I just put a clip on here. These I got from the Dollar Tree store. Get my pack here. Little bow clips. Anyways, you can use whatever, clothespins, paper clip type embellishments, whatever. But it's the same size box as the original Slim Jim box. So let's get started on how to do that. So 2 pieces of cardstock to make this box. One is 9 inches by 8 1/4, and the other one is 8 inches by 5 1/4. And I will write up a blog post for this and post it on my blog with all the measurements and the scoring and all that stuff for you, so you don't have to pause and start over and all that stuff. So anyways, this one here, this is the 9-inch paper. Let me get my scoring tool. I've already scored it, save a little bit of time, but anyways, this one is scored on the long side, which is the 9-inch length, at 2 inches, 5 7/8, and 8 inch. And then turn it this way, and it's scored at 2 inches and 6 1/4. And then once you get those lines done, come back up to the top and score it at 1 inch down to that first scored line here, because we're going to be making a triangle. This piece here gets completely cut away. We're going to be making a triangle there. So score it down just to the 1 inch, because all you're wanting is that measurement. And then over here, score at 7 1/4 down to that first scored line, so we can put our triangle in there. So that's the one piece done. And then the second one, this is the 8 inch by 5 1/4. Scored at 2 inches and 5 7. 2 inches and 5 7/8. And then turn it to the short side and score it at 1/2 inch. And then turn it around and score it at 1/2 inch. So each side gets a 1/2 inch. Because these are the side flaps that are going to be joining the two pieces together. Okay, so let's get that out of the way, and we'll get our triangles in there and trim away. So I will just use a metal ruler, plastic ruler, straight edge, whatever you may have, and we're going to join our triangle pieces. Get my big end. So we're just joining right to the center there, down to here, that next score line, center here, down to this next score line. So I will try to do that centered somewhat. It just makes the box close a little bit nicer. If you don't put them in, you might get a funny crease line, so this is just an extra step to try to help make that close a little nicer. Kind of like a milk carton style box, pretty much. You can do the same thing with those, which I like the milk cartons. This is kind of a milk carton style, I suppose. It's just a more rectangle shape. Alright, so those are the triangles that we need in there. Alright, so let's get cutting. And which scissors should I use? I have various amounts of scissors. Alright, this top flap where we put them triangles needs to be cut away, so we will get rid of that. And I cut right to where my groove is from the scoring to cut that little bumpy bit away. Sometimes I'll even go back and clean that up if it's not exactly straight. Or you can put it in your trimmer and get a nice straight cut that way. But, well, before I fold, I got ahead of myself. Before you cut, it's easier to fold. So let me back up. Burnish your score lines first. It's much easier to do it beforehand. I made this box about 3 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting to the video. I'm working a different shift at my job, so my time is a little bit different than what I had before. Alright, now everything's good. Okay, these ones you can go ahead and score those. They're going to be coming at you this way, so you can gently push them towards you now if you'd like. You don't have to be scored quite as strongly as your corners. You just gently push those in. Alright, so this is going to be the back part. Like this, and it's going to fold around. I am going to corner around this little flap. The original one was corner rounded. So, I think I put I always use my envelope punch board. Where it's at now. Oops. I like the corner rounder on this envelope punch board. This is a Stampin' Up! One, but the We Are Memory Keepers are the same thing. I have trouble with these handheld ones. One comes out good, one comes out crooked. It aggravates me. So, since this is too long, gets in the way, I just fold it back. Put my corner in there. Punch. Same thing over here. Your flap's not going to get in the way. Nice rounded corners. Alright, that's that. Oh, and the paper I'm using, this green here is Stampin' Up's, what is it? Emerald Envy. This green. This cardstock is something new to me. It's from Paper Tray Ink. I've never bought their cardstock. This is called Honey Nut. I like it. It is pretty much the same weight as Stampin' Up's cardstock. Nice, sturdy. So I like this. And it's a little cheaper. Not that it makes a huge difference, but I like it. Alright, down at the bottom. Barely make yourself a wedge in there. Cut straight up, wedge off that, because that creates a little knobbly bit. It's not real straight, but whatever. This is the bottom. Plus, when you go to put your pieces together, if you wedge these ends in, it helps keep the bottom square, so you don't have any pieces sticking out. Alright, so that part there is done. This is half of the box. We're going to do the other half and glue those together. So here's our other piece, and let me start with the scoring. These are our flaps for the sides, so let's score that. Not score it, let's burnish that. I haven't done a video for a while, can you tell? I'm a little out of it. Alright, so this is these are going to be our side pieces. So the bottom, it's 2 inches and 2 inches. It's the same. No, it's not. 2 and an 1/8. Now I gotta figure out which is which. Sorry. Alright. 2-inch piece at the bottom, 2 1/8 at the top. So we'll kind of do the same thing here at the bottom. These little skinny bits we do not need at all, so we will cut those away. And wedge in a tiny bit on this one. Alright, so that is our other piece that we will be connecting to this one. So before we want to connect those, or you can do it after, but it's easier when your piece is flat, we'll attach our designer paper. This is some retired Stampin' Up! Paper pad that I have. But anyways, this piece here is 3 3/4 by 3 1/2, because your front is not quite a square. And then this piece for the top is 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. So let's glue those down. And when I made the other one, I'm looking for my liquid glue. I don't know what I did with it. Oh well, I'll have to use a tape runner. Anyways, my liquid glue is off. Probably in the other room. I'm so prepared. I don't think this one has enough in it. I'm gonna try. This one's about empty. Or no, this one might be brand new. Anyways, when I put this on, and not so much this one, but this one here, I don't know if it's because it's angled. I used a regular tape runner, and if you don't get your tape all the way to the corners, they'll stick out. So I ended up putting glue dots under the corners of a couple of these to keep them down, because I did not use liquid glue. I like to use the liquid glue. You can get it right up to the corners. Just don't put a whole lot where on the edges to where it'll ooze out. You can get rid of it, but I just like liquid glue. Plus you can move it around a little bit if you're not quite centered. It helps me. Alright, so center this up as best you can. And the other one. you don't have liquid glue, you can use a regular tape runner. Just try to get your glue good in the corners. That way it doesn't pop out. Watch, I'll use liquid glue and my corners will still pop out. That's just the way it goes. Alright, so let's get these on. Straight. My other one was a little crooked. Alright, now for attaching the sides, I will use a strong, I could use liquid glue, but I don't want to sit there and wait for it to dry. So I'm just going to use this tear and tape, score tape, or any strong adhesive. I'm going to put my tape close to my score line, because when they go together, this is going to be the most outer part. On both sides. Alright. So I'll start with one side. Of our box. Remember, the flaps that I cut down here are at the bottom. So whichever way is better for you to line this up, I'm going to get these score lines lined up. That looks pretty a good guide to me. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see what I'm doing. Just line those up. It's a little off there, but that'll work. I can cut that off. And then for the other side, is a little easier because you can just fold this flap over and then bring this one around. Makes it a little simpler. And tape is for me easier to just put my fingernail under the center and pull instead of trying to get to the sides. Let's see if I can straighten this one. Pretty good. Alright, so there's our sides done. Now this one here, if you look at their side, see how they wedge down in? I don't know if that's necessary. I did do it on my other one. I think it's just to keep some bulk out of there, but it's not necessary. You don't have to do that. So you can just leave your triangle pieces together and that will be good. Alright, so let's get our bottom together. This is the front, so we'll push that flap to the back. And we'll put some more strong tape. If you're going to put something a little heavier in here, you can put some tape on this flap. I don't really know what I'm going to use these for, if anything. But like if you're putting a candle or something in there, that would be just a little bit extra support, gluing those two pieces together. Get rid of those. Whoops, I tore them. So much for that idea. I'm trying to go a little faster. Alright. Line those up. And I'm going to take my bone folder and just push down the bottom, get that glue sealed. And like I said, if you have some clothespins or something to attach this, you could do both sides. You could go in the center. It does kind of, it's very thick. But you could take, sorry, my dog's barking, a clothespin, mini clothespin, any kind of clip or something to keep your edges closed. This one's a little shallower than my little bow. I like the bow. I think they're cute. But that's all there is to the Slim Jim box. I like it. So I hope that you enjoyed the Slim Jim box. And like I said, I will put the measurements and stuff up on my blog, and I'll put a link below in the description there. You could decorate these any way you'd like. Put something stamped on there. You could put embellishments on it. Decorate it any way that you would like. You could even decorate the back side if you wanted to. But I like it. Cute little gift box for any time of the year. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.